Thank you for joining us for DobbsQuest Season 1, Episode 10. Joining me, as always, we have GameCube playing the part of Glane.
I'm watching an ad, but I'll be there shortly.
Excellent. We have Daysnick playing the part of Serene.
Hello, I'm subscribed, so I don't have that problem.
And Lurking Turtle Gamer as the ever spotlight-avoiding Torgan.
I keep going in my shell, but for some reason, it keeps finding me.
It's all right. We'll make it through somehow. So, last week, a uncharacteristically successful mission.
The thought was kind.
Yes, embarking from the settlement of Whitestead, the three intrepid adventurers found that the road to the next settlement was blocked, or rather missing from a recent landslide. No. The only other viable path was inhabited by a dragon asterisk, not quite a dragon. And so the three brave adventurers went on to seek out and slay the wyvern, and were successful through a steady planning, good execution, and just a pinch of luck. They emerged, when the dust settled, victorious, with a few teeth as a trophy. Now let's see here. Here's the question. Did you guys end up heading back to Whitestead?
I think the intention was to turn in our quest, but we hadn't actually struck off in any direction.
All right. And also...
Yeah, we needed to talk to the people and get credit for what we did. And we are critically low on supplies, and I think we were planning to sojourn with the community.
Excellent. So you're going to return to Whitestead for that. And also, upon completion of your vow, you earned experience. Now, I think so far, only Glane has turned in some in exchange for a new asset. Serene and Torgan, have you made decisions on what you are going to be gaining with your experience?
I thought we settled on herbalist for me.
Ah, got it.
Mine was... hold on, I'm bringing up the paper now here. I'm bringing up the blade
You
bound.
might want to change scenes, by the way.
Yes.
All we can see is your face.
Yes.
Which is lovely.
Oh, thank you.
But-
The dice
But does
roller,
not help with game mechanics.
It will not for a little bit. Yeah, the dice roller is being a little bit fiddly for some reason. And
He usually
has
doesn't bring
decided
up the
not to-
numbers until we start playing the game, but
until things start going wrong, which is usually very quick.
Well, he typed asset herbalist,
And
and
nothing came up.
you can't see it.
Well, yeah, because there's nothing there to show yet. Here, I'll pull up this. You'll notice a big blank spot in the lower right where there should be the assets. Why would it... Maybe I misspelled it. Or maybe it just doesn't exist. Or maybe I never even turned on the bot.
this is not one of those streams.
That's a shame. Well, that still works. Well, let's see here. Do we get... Well, that one's there. Okay. Herbalist might just have a typo in the data somewhere. That's all right. And so Torgan's going to take Blade Bound. Which you get to choose, I believe, on Blade Bound. which of the initial abilities you take. So,
Let's see
because
here.
none of those three are highlighted initially, you get to pick what your first one will be.
So, if I take the first ability of add +1 bonus, is that just every aspect that I take, I get a +1? Just every
let's
roll?
see here. The first one here.
Yeah, it says first ability add +1 bonus.
Oh, you are looking at the version history
Oh!
of all of the different items.
Okay, well then that's I haven't quite got that far yet. When you enter the fray, draw the circle with wielding your tin blade and add +1 or take +1 momentum on a hit. So that's an increase of momentum. When you're gathering information, add +1 and take +2. When you strike to inflict savage harm, add +1 and inflict +2 harm on a hit.
There is a penalty on that middle one that you skipped over.
Oh, then endure 2 stress. Oh my.
So you get, but you also give.
So I'm also going to endure 2 stress with the third aspect as well.
Yes, it's a tricky one.
You're talking to your sword.
And talking to my sword, which is stressful because everyone's going to think I'm crazy, you see.
Well, and the way
The guy
we've
trying
decided, I
avenge
think,
his
to
dead talking
flavor
horse,
this
yeah, he's not crazy.
is that this is actually not your own ancestor,
Right.
but it is the ancestral sword of Zura's family, who entrusted you with the blade. And that upon your great axe in slaying the beast, the spirit begins communicating with you.
Heard the spirit of ancestor.
He's very upset to have been given away.
Right. This is a very upset sword. I'm probably going to have to just take the first one.
Okay.
So when we're entering the fray, we'll accept a +1 and take +1 momentum on a hit.
I like it.
So yes. That'll give us a strong start every time.
Got it.
Presumably.
And yeah, I just checked. And Herbalist, for some reason, I never copied that into my bot's data. Somehow I missed that one. But that's all right, because we can still take that one. So, Herbalist grants Serene. When you attempt to heal using herbal remedies, and you have at least +1 supply, you can either take a +2 on the roll, or take or give an additional +1 health on a success. So either a more likely success or a more effective success, which seems like a very useful ability to have. So good
It seems
choice.
like something I've been trying to do as anyway.
Exactly. So I think that'll work just fine. All right, so everyone is taking new assets rather than upgrading existing ones. So that's interesting. And that leaves everyone with 1 experience point each remaining, which will be, once the next vow is fulfilled, you'll be able to upgrade existing again or choose new assets. Yeah, your choice, of course. All right.
Well, you let us have new shiny things. Of course we got new shinies.
The new is good.
Did you want to go over the one I accepted, or?
Yeah, I can bring that one up real quick. So, Glane is taking the asset Veteran. And sort of a slow bit of reveal about some more of Glane's history. When you burn momentum to improve your result in combat, envision how your hard-won fighting experience gives you the upper hand. Take +1 momentum after you reset, and add +1 when you make your next move. And once per fight, you may also take initiative when burning momentum to improve a miss to a weak hit.
Very nice.
Yeah. So it's a big one on burning momentum during combat. That's pretty much when he gets to take advantage of this. He's got to burn momentum during combat. So that's going to be a little bit tricky. He wants to keep his momentum high.
But when I do, I don't fall back down to the bare minimum 2. I fall up to 3.
Exactly. Which is not super useful, but it could still be handy.
Gets me back on the road.
That's right.
little walking around money.
Yeah. All right.
Now this we strike with. Now when I enter the fray, it's with iron. Is that correct? Or is it with heart?
Enter the fray. I think it does depend on how you are attacking your foe. If you are facing off, it's heart. If you are ambushing, it's shadow. And if you are being ambushed, it's wits.
Okay. Well, this is an all-around improvement either way. I mean,
exactly, yeah.
And I'm going to be able to keep Torgan alive more effectively now.
Thank you very much.
Also
always
very
needed.
good. Yes.
And
Absolutely.
Orglane. But
Yeah, him too. We'll take what we can get.
He seems to be less in danger most of the time.
well, stealth characters get hit less often, as do ranged DPS, so it makes sense that the tank takes the most damage.
Yeah,
That's just base game mechanics.
absolutely. Very tanky. So, the three of you return to Whitestead. A bit of a journey, but you know the way this time. And you were able to return up the road, same one that you came along initially, following in your own footsteps, recalling the individual landmarks along the way. And you make it back to Whitestead and present
Isn't it great?
the... What's that?
Sorry, I just... brain malfunction.
And present to them the... not as a gift, but as proof, the fangs of the wyvern. And they are immediately overjoyed. This act has, in a sense, rescued the town from great hardships. Perhaps you have saved lives in this act that you have done. So they are more than happy to help you recover from your battle. They see that Torgan is he's looking in good shape, but maybe kind of plays it up a little bit that hey, I'd like to stop having to fight things for a bit and just rest.
Wouldn't I though?
Maybe I can. Okay, so next is we're going to actually do some sojourning. When you spend time in a community seeking assistance, roll heart. If you share a bond, add +1. Oh, also, we are fulfilling the vow, which is you'd got a strong hit, your quest is complete, mark experience. So we did get that. That's already done.
Yeah, we did that part.
Yes, okay, so we will be doing a sojourn maneuver here. So they definitely want to help you. So the question here is, we don't know if they really have the resources to make it happen. So it's still a little bit up in the air. So we're still going to roll heart and determine if you are able to find comfort here in Whitestead, other than
Is
just
there
the
music
bare
playing in the background?
What's that?
Do you have the music playing in the background?
I do. I don't know if that's going through on OBS, but...
Okay, I think what I'm hearing is that you sound like you're auto-tuned, because I'm hearing the end of the audio of the music every time you stop talking.
How about this? All right, I made a slight change that maybe will fix that for you.
Oh, it's perfect.
That's
Okay,
a lot better.
Oh, well, there you go. That
Yay,
was
no
it.
more robot.
Oh, that's what it was. Apparently I turned into a robot at some point.
I fixed it.
What? What? All right, so let's get a roll from Torgan with heart. So that will be a +3. The heartiest. Oh, a very strong hit.
They love us.
Well, they already loved you either way. The real question was, were they able to offer you supplies and comfort and everything else? So, on a strong hit, you and your allies may each choose 2 of the items below.
Oh my goodness.
So, we have a lot to choose from. We have no debility for wounded right now, and health-wise, Serene is the only one at any negative health, so that's an option there, is +1 health. Hearten, +1 spirit. Torgan's the only one that could take that. Equip. Everyone is more than welcome to take that. Let's see
Rather
here.
take provision and take
wait.
+2 supply.
Oh, yeah. Clear condition is not necessary because none of you have that condition. That's if you... so wounded is like if you drop to 0 and then you take further damage.
Been there.
Yeah, and that reduces your momentum maximum and all that. So you're pretty much down to recover and possibly take another quest if so chosen.
I would like to take 2 supply and I have max momentum. I'll just take double supply, I guess.
Helping the team out significantly.
I am doubling momentum because I have my new ability that uses it.
It's true. You
That's
do.
the only thing I think I can refill at this point.
Oh, and Torgan, you have the option, if you want, to change to lightly armored from geared for war.
Yes, please. That was... It's getting a little heavy.
Yes. Now that the battle is won, and that's
Should
going
have
to
told
change
them that
your
last
reset.
week.
And max.
And carrying it around all week like this.
Man,
Going to work.
it's getting tiring.
I'm sorry, how much momentum do I need momentum?
All right, you can take if you want to take just momentum here. You can get a +4. It looks like.
I would like the +4, please.
Yeah. I don't see anything that specifically says you can't take the same one twice, so I'm definitely going to just allow it for now, unless I read otherwise at another time. That brings you
Very
guys
much
both up to
needed.
6 momentum from 2, so that is fantastic.
And
So-
we're back max moment supply.
Yes. So, the overjoyed people of Whitestead completely resupply your team with, well, let's see, what would you have freshly fletched arrows, dried meats, and other foods that they've gathered around the area. The hunters, the woodsmen that you passed by on the way out of Whitestead sent word back of your journey, and once they heard about the quest, they kind of diverted some resources towards specifically making sure that, if these guys come back, we want to make sure that we've got as much as we can to send along with them for the next leg of their journey. So you guys are just you're kitted out right here. You have got everything you need for the journey to the next settlement or the next leg of your trip towards the Deepwood to the north. Glenn and
You're getting my
Torrance-
new daggers. Sorry. Would
yes,
making my
you
new
were working
daggers be
on getting
a
a
step
new
beyond
dagger
that,
made.
or is that part of being restocked?
Let's see here. So
I need to meet the herbalist lady, their village herbalist. and
that's true.
Learn my new
So-
skills.
Yes, Serene spends some time with the an herbalist there in Whitestead and learns a few tricks to improve her medicinal application of the herbs and items that she gathers. So, Glaine, you receive a... let's see, crafting a knife from this. That's not going to be quick.
The idea was double daggers because I have 2 fangs.
Right.
So I can dual wield these, and I can keep my old dagger like in my boot as like a backup.
Yeah. Let's see here. That's a fine craftsman's job right there. What is the... let's see. I'm going to say that it is unlikely that there's anyone in Whitestead that can help you out, but not out of the let's see, unlikely is a 76 or greater. So let's find out, is there someone here that can forge a or craft a pair of blades from these fangs? Or is that too big of an ask for Whitestead? 51. No one in Whitestead has the skills necessary to make a fine blade from these. The intricacies and the precision required is beyond the craftsmen here at Whitestead. But, they appreciate the idea.
I still have them. So.
But yes, you will still have them for another time. Which could be, a fun little side quest, not a vow kind of thing, is to get these crafted into blades. Yeah. But likely it would take several days, maybe a week or 2, to actually craft those into what you're looking for. That would still be quality enough to use in combat.
I bet you if we can find some elves, they'd be able to do it.
But where would we find some elves?
Probably to the north.
Possibly in the wood.
Maybe. All right, so Glaine and Torgan spend some time planning out the next leg of the journey. Measuring out supplies, charting out the days based on the information they were able to sort of suss out from their travels over this last leg of the journey. And as a result, they are sort of geared up for the next trip, represented mechanically by improved momentum. Is there anything else to do in Whitestead before we move on?
How many poison arrows do I have left? I used 2, I think.
Yep, you are currently sitting at 3.
I should probably...
I thought they refilled your arrows when they restocked this.
That was a special...
They're not poisoned by default.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have to upgrade them. While I'm hanging out with the herbalist and learning all the native plants to this region, seems like a good time to do that.
Okay. Then let's have you roll a wits. We're going to rule that this happens before the sojourning, so you can take full advantage of the resupply that you performed. So this will not tick down your supply track. Okay. Weak hit. So let's see here. Add up to 2. Oh, that does refill you regardless. So you are back up to 5 poison arrows prepared.
Excellent.
Your quiver is full of danger now.
I'd also like to visit the herbalist.
Oh, really?
I would like to ask the herbalist if they know of any special plant or poison that is especially good on a mollusk.
Okay. Well,
let's have you... For a later idea.
Yeah. Well, let's have you gather information to see if there is any information useful.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's with wits?
It is. So,
Okay, well,
not your strongest, but still decent. A weak hit. The information complicates your quest or introduces a new danger. Envision what you discover. Ask the Oracle if unsure, and take +1 momentum. So you do gain momentum for at least researching this and asking this question.
It's probably some really dangerous, hard to find plant.
I think so. That this is a sort of rare concoction that does work wonders against the dreaded mollusk. Now let's see here. What kind of special poison would this be? Is this some kind of herb or mineral? I think it's entirely, based on the general description of a mollusk, that it's, perhaps some kind of, dry.
special salt. herb, maybe?
Yeah, perhaps something like that.
Himalayan.
Yeah, some very specific type of mineral. Maybe not even salt specifically.
I'll take what is rock salt for 500, please.
Pink salt. So let's see here.
Yeah, pink Himalayan salt. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do still have that mollusk on my mind.
Yeah, still out there somewhere. Okay, the exact specifications of what it is disclosed to the party, though we, the players, are not quite fully cognizant of what it is. But the team now knows what it is. That's the important thing. Whether or not we do is secondary. But Torgan does learn of some concoction that is particularly effective against mollusks.
Good enough.
Yeah. And so sort of, driven on by this new information, sort of really revs you up and prepares you for the journey. And so +1 momentum for that.
Yay.
Yay.
While we're there, since it sounds like we're there for a few days, Serene probably also hits up the tavern to do some gathering of information regarding just kind of, has anybody here ever seen an elf other than me? Kind of stuff.
Right. Okay. You can take a gather information check to see if, let's see, the specific question is, when's the last time an elf has been around here? Or been seen around here by anyone ever? That will be wits. Iron roll 3.
Yeah. I need to secure an advantage first.
Oh.
Possibly using my story weaving.
Ah. Let's see. When
It's
you
Bard
secure
Night.
an
Fun.
advantage by sharing a poem, tale, etc., then you may secure an advantage with a +1. So you can roll secure an advantage first with a +1. And again, the bardic stuff reeks of heart and charm. So that would be a +2 for Serene. That on a hit will give you a +1 on your next maneuver, which is invaluable. Only a weak hit, which is +1 momentum, but you're already topped off there.
Yeah.
So Serene spends the evenings while you're in Whitestead, sort of entertaining the people of Whitestead, telling them tales of their fight against the dragon.
Hearing new tales.
Yeah. Gaining information where possible, just kind of leaning an elven ear towards the crowds during the time between taking the spotlight, to just pick up on whatever information she can.
Okay, so I'll be rolling gather information +4.
Only +3. Only a strong hit on secure and advantage gets you that extra +1.
Okay.
The weak hit just gets you momentum, which didn't really help.
Doesn't help. Didn't hurt, didn't help.
No, yeah. A weak hit. Okay, something that complicates your quest or introduces a new danger. Let's see here. Let me take a look at the rulebook, at the oracles here. Oracles. Here we go. What do we want to look through? So you find something complication. What's that?
It's one of those words, the more you say it, the less it sounds like a word. Oracle.
Oracle.
The database. Not a word, it's a database software.
Maybe if it was a sci-fi Iron Swarm campaign, which they have now. Iron Swarm Starforged, available now on the internet. So let's see.
Plug.
I have an idea of what it might be.
Okay.
We're the area we're going to be going through. We don't have a clear idea how long we were in the Shadow Realm.
Mm-hmm.
And the way it was originally explained, we ended up south of where we started. So in going north, we will, pass the area.
Mm-hmm.
At least within a day's journey of Greatfield. So
kind of
they might have some information about what happened after we got teleported. That would complicate our it would tie the plot back and give maybe the town is under siege or the rampage went poorly.
I'm totally on board with this.
The Molsk is thinking about me too.
Its eye stalks are burning.
Oh,
I just had the worst. Oh my god.
I have a pain where the Molsk hurt me. It's thinking about me.
So last we left Greatfield, you guys did battle with the Molsk and were whisked away with Glaine's help to have a Hail Mary escape through the Veil. But you had left word that you were going to be going on scouting out for the people of Greatfield, who were going to be joining in the battle. And so they would have charged into the woods and found none of you. Would they have found the Molsk? Or would the Molsk have found them?
We set the place on fire, and we did manage to get the Molsk to have health. So it would have been apparent that a battle took place. So maybe they just assumed us dead.
Oh no, has the Molsk also gained health in this time?
There's no health. Yeah, there's a progress track that indicates,
So we haven't lost progress against the Molsk.
Well, actually,
if we've gotten better, you could have gotten better too.
Yeah. Remember, Dungeons and Dragons has HP, and even that is a very abstract measure of health.
Mm-hmm.
But Ironsworn has it even more abstracted. It's just, are you dead or are you not dead?
We did visual damage, though.
Yes. There were some attacks made on this that connected.
And it did at least have a few arrows sticking out of it.
Yes.
So it will be obvious that a battle did take place.
Absolutely.
So they know we didn't necessarily abandon them, but they probably think we're dead.
Right.
Oh dear. I did not think this would be the week where we would even think about the mollusk again.
We return to find that the eggs have not yet hatched because we came out of the Shadow Realm 2 weeks prior.
Oh, well, that would be weird. And inconsistent. Let me roll. Let's see here. Yeah, something about some rumors from Greatfield filtering over to Whitestead. I like that idea. I'm gonna see if we can get anything useful here. Locate freedom. Locate freedom. So they encountered the mollusk. And the team of fighters engaged in combat with the creature, who was already weakened from the fight. And
maybe they already took care of it.
The mollusk fled. It did not fight to the bitter end, but it actually managed to get away. It found a way to escape the battle, and they were not able to deliver a killing blow. So although wounded, the mollusk is unaccounted for somewhere.
Being sneaky somewhere.
Being sneaky, exactly.
So it might not even be where we expect to find it if we were to return.
Yes.
It could be where we are. It could be anywhere.
It could even be.
It's
No,
what caused the landslide.
It could be one of us.
It could be any one of us.
I could be the mollusk.
All along.
I would
Okay.
like Lane to do something before we leave this town, by the way, before we
Okay.
get too ahead of ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Since everyone else is being productive, I realize that we are pretty far from home, that I'm not going to find my cat here. I've not forgotten my quest.
Good.
But I do realize that we are in a hub of trade that we have just reopened. That being said, there's going to be a bunch of trade people coming and going from this place. So I identify as many of those people as I can and try to bring them in on the search so that as they go from town to town,
Mm-hmm.
if they see this cat, they could somehow get
Effectively
news back to me.
Putting up a missing
Making-
persons, missing
making a
cats poster.
A network of people to whom of which, I'm a hero that just killed a asterisk dragon.
Yeah.
They would be inclined to want to help.
It's a pussycat posse.
Yeah.
So I just try to get that information as many people's ears will listen.
Excellent.
So
All right.
that
And then we
That's a
will
shame.
we will begin the next leg of the journey momentarily. It'll be just one moment.
During this brief intermission,
oops.
Dobbs works. More like Dobbs takes a break. Am I right, folks? Thank you very much.
Very good.
Thank you.
I gift you some tomatoes at high velocity.
Thank you. Thank you. Knocked him dead.
If we have to fight that mollusk
What's
today.
the deal with Dobbs works? He's clearly not working. Thank you.
I'm sure he's working hard fetching something for his wife,
Probably.
which is honestly probably more important than us.
Oh no, that one didn't get as good. Crickets. Oh.
With a K, even.
Like the phone company.
Or Curbskin.
Don't worry, I'm back.
Or,
About curbs? What? Don't know what I missed.
you bet. Some really knock-dead jokes.
Oh,
Don't
good.
watch the VOD.
Deal.
Don't watch the VOD.
Never do. All right.
That's not true.
So I think we're ready to embark on the next leg of our journey.
All we did was prove that Torgan should not start a secondary career in stand-up comedy.
I think we knew
The
that.
deal with mollusks.
What's the deal? All right, so we are working on the journey to the Northwood, an extreme journey that will take weeks, if not months. Though at some point along the way, we expect to re-encounter or swing by the general area of Greatfield.
They're not going to be happy to see us.
Maybe they will, I don't know. Maybe it'll be nice to know that you're still alive. So, on the journey to the Northwood, we need to roll wits to determine the next landmark, the next waypoint.
Okay.
Which is probably going to be Serene because, you know,
Yeah.
she's the
on it.
wittiest.
Cooperate
more
with me,
than me.
Twitch.
Hmm. A strong kit. Make good
Thank you,
use of
bot.
your resources and mark progress. So, we're going to figure out what this next waypoint is. So you guys are traveling back up the road, past where the battle against the Wyvern took place. And what is the next waypoint? An occupied lake. Are we already? Does that mean we've reached the next settlement? Is this a settlement at the other end of Whitestead's path?
Maybe not.
It's occupied. By what though?
By what, though?
Yeah, is this is this occupied by a
No!
no, sorry, I just had some blueberries in my throat. Is this occupied by, I'm gonna say, is this occupied by something that would be at least friendly towards you? Or is this unfriendly? I'd say it's 50-50. So let's say 51 and above, it's something friendly. Or at least neutral. And below, it's occupied by something that would rather
Rather eat
your
her face.
insides be outsides. 64, okay. So it's
Good.
not something that's aggressive towards you.
Can it be occupied by Occupy?
Octopi?
I would like some octopi to be occupying.
Mm-mm. Well, that's another
Freshwater
question.
octopus?
Is this something sentient that would, something intelligent such as people? It seems unlikely. If this is not the village, which it sounds like we're leaning towards this being too early to be the village, this is more likely not people here. So I'm gonna say 76 and above, and it's actually people. So unlikely. It is not people. It is not people. So perhaps some animals of some sort.
Um,
But it's occupied. Well, it's a lake that's occupied.
maybe there's a herd of something that we. Maybe there's dinner, a la hoof, in the vicinity.
Let's
No,
see
don't need
here.
the horses.
Well, it don't necessarily have to be
No.
horses. It'd probably be
wrong.
more like deer.
Wrong hoof. Sorry.
Mhm.
Different kind of hoof.
Let's see here.
Or maybe we see
Just what-
numerous birds that indicate that there's plentiful fish.
Because it's probably going to have to be fish. Poof. It's the lake. It's just a lake full of drowning deer.
I think we're gonna say this is just a plentiful lake right here. That's sort of just very well populated with fish and birds and wildlife all around. This sort of small little secluded slice of a little natural ecosystem going on here. Perhaps this is where the wyvern got a lot of its calories. It takes a very healthy ecosystem to support such a large beast. I think it's very likely that there was, something nearby that could feed this creature. So I think that's what we found here is one of the major food sources for the wyvern around this spot.
As we walk through, a couple of deer run by us with an earshot, and I just kind of say, "You're welcome" to them.
They don't seem to note the passive aggression, but you like to think that they did.
Unappreciative deer.
Yeah. But I think the most important takeaway from this leg of the journey is that you were able to make it without your supply dwindling. Because the area is so well stocked, you're able to keep your supplies topped up and not dip into the dried meats and other items that would be harder to replenish. Next leg of the journey, I think.
Yes, we should continue on. We should maybe go one more before we try to make camp.
Another strong hit. Ooh, look at days on a roll. All right, what is this? What is this next leg here?
A
big
pepperoni roll.
blade.
Yes. Ooh.
This whole it's not quite a mountain range in this area, but it is very hilly terrain. You know that the road on the other side of the hills was taken out by the landslide, and so this hot side here is sort of the preferred path to the next settlement, because it's very very verdant, very full of life, and so. Passing through this glade, you make good use of your resources again. So that implies that, again, the land provides as you continue traveling. This area is sort of a little bit of an opening between sort of surrounding woodlands, and makes for very easy travel. This portion of the Ironlands is a lot greener and more full of vegetation than the more northern regions where you began your journey weeks ago, back around Greatfield and the other initial places you've been, Woodbreak and the rest. But again. Keeping great on the settlements, or keeping great on the supply.
Good feeling.
Yeah, everything's going your way.
Right. Maybe my spirit is raised by all this positive things happening.
let's see here. Is there anything? Let's see. What is the way to raise spirit? You can do so by making camp.
Yeah, you know,
Maybe
these
this
are
is a-
some really nice places, and this seems as good a place as any. I think we could bed down. We've been 2 places today.
Yeah, we need to mix it up a little bit. Things are going too well.
No, not too well.
Turtle's right.
No.
Let's split up.
Yeah.
No. No.
Let's have somebody roll plus supply. Here, I'll do it.
Okay.
Since it doesn't require anyone's stats, it's made against your supply roll, which is 5 right now. Which is an incredibly high roll. 11. That's the absolute maximum roll there.
My spirit is raised.
Yeah, so everyone gets to take, let's see, momentum, health, spirit, and +1 on undertake.
I'll take health, please.
All right, we've got health,
Well-
we've got spirit, and
Momentum.
momentum for Glane.
I've been at 4 since before we left the Shadow Realm.
Yeah,
so.
it's been a bit.
We are topped up. We are in the best
Finally
shape we've been.
Everything's finally going your way. I can't wait to see how it
Everything-
goes wrong.
Everything's coming up, Torgan.
Yeah.
If that Mulk shows up, like we're at our
gonna
most
be-
ready.
Oh God.
I mean, you were very ready the first time,
Mm,
and it didn't go great.
mm.
That was mostly the bot's fault.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so you guys spend the evening here in the center of this large glade. Beautiful view of distant mountains, resting and relaxing, and preparing for the journey ahead.
Irene writes some new poems.
Yeah, driven, inspired by the landscape. It's a peaceful moment in a dangerous land. So, what happens next?
Question: are we maybe somewhat of a distance away from where we started? From
Whitestead?
yes,
Yes.
maybe we're a distance away from Whitestead.
Yeah, a
so,
few days journey.
So in theory, there could be something if I were to dig around a little. I could possibly find one of these rarer items that's good against a mollusk.
Ah.
Is that plausible? Like, hey, I dug down a little bit and found a deposit of mollusk be gone.
I think you've got Minecraft on the brain, Turtle. I think that's what it is. The resource in question, the concoction that you need, sort of a specialty item that would be difficult for you just to kind of find in the wild along the way.
Okay.
So this would probably be something you have to sort of seek out at settlements.
Okay.
You can only collect fiddlehead ferns in summer in the Forgotten Woods.
Exactly.
Okay.
And you need it for the Great Field Community Bundle.
Mhm.
All right. Let's find the next waypoint here. With another wits roll.
Does anybody else here play Stardew?
Of
I got that
course.
reference.
I did not. I'm sorry.
That's a shame. Yeah, DobbsQuest season 2 takes place in Pelican Town. gonna be great. And it's a murder mystery.
Oh my.
All right. So we need Iron Roll 3 from Serene for the Wits roll. And we are going to see what we get here. Again, no loss of supply. Supply is staying steady. This is excellent. I think we're getting close, probably, to the next settlement. But let's figure out what the Oracle says about this place. A civilized caravan.
Perfect.
This is perfect.
Thank you.
Oh, caravan.
Thank you, Oracle.
I think this is probably coming from or to the next settlement. They couldn't be coming from Whitestead. So either there's a point along this this sort of hilly landscape where two different roads converge, or this caravan is just going to try and go to Whitestead, regardless of the threats. You know what? Whitestead was in danger of potentially starvation or other major problems due to just not being able to get their supplies from the next settlement over. I think it is not out of the question that this settlement was willing to just risk the road and hope that they could swing wide around the Wyvern. And, you know, they don't know exactly where it hangs out, but maybe, you know, they've got some scouts up ahead and they were hoping, you know, hey, if something goes wrong.
Only travel during the day, etc., etc.
Exactly. So I think that's what we've encountered here. This is a caravan from that next settlement. What is the next settlement? Is this a new place or is this a place we've been to before? Let's see.
Probably a new place. I don't think we're back to Woodbreak yet.
Yeah, we may not even cross Woodbreak. We may, based on the layout, it could be that the next known settlement you've already visited is Greatfield. So let's see here. Oracle, what is... let's see. Oracle... It is... I need a settlement. This is... Give me a good name. Swordmoor.
Now, this would be the town that we told them at the previous town that we weren't going to advertise that the Wyvern was dead, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we could tell them, you know, we just came through here. This is a very safe road if you go right now, but be very careful, making like there's still a sense of danger.
Right.
That we know better of, but we're just going to let them think that they just did a good job.
Okay.
Because we know they're not going to find the Wyvern because it's gone.
Yeah.
You know what I could do? I could pick up a rock and tell them that this is Wyvern repellent, and if you buy it,
Would you like to buy this?
you will definitely not run into a Wyvern.
Would you like to do that?
I
No.
wouldn't. That's a very
Okay.
Blaine thing to do.
It
and I would
is.
not
That's
like
why I
to
had
do
to
that.
ask.
I
I'm
would
already
not.
selling the lie. I'm not going to lie on top of the lie.
That's good. That's good. All right, but this is good.
You wanted to make a snake oil potion. That would be more Serene's.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
I also just kind of hit them up and see if they have seen my cat, since this is a new band of people we haven't
Mm-hmm. Oh
seen
yeah.
before. So I pull out one of my crudely made posters and
Mm-hmm.
show
It's
them.
just like a stick drawing of a cat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. They don't recognize the cat, unfortunately. I'm sorry, but they do not.
Even willing to entertain it, he is. Of course, you can't just expect him to say, "Oh yeah," the third guy was like, "Here it is."
Oh yeah, here's. Is this it?
Is this the cat you're looking for?
No, I don't think that's the case here.
One of these days, in order to just close out that quest, because I have no idea how else it would happen, we're just gonna find a random
After
stray cat hanging out of a
everything
tree or
else is done.
something.
Yeah. It's the hang in there cat. All right. So Swordmoor awaits.
Sounds like a very battle-y kind of place.
Does. Maybe there's a history there. Let's get one more roll from Day to see what Serene is able to do with guiding the rest of the way. Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
You know, I've
Oh.
been praising the bot for its mercy. I've been trying.
Something interesting happened.
Maybe the caravan lied to us. I don't know.
As Windows would say, something unexpected happened.
Well, it was bound to happen that something exciting would happen this episode, and it's been an hour in, so
Yeah.
something should probably happen.
Let's get nuts.
Let's see what happens here. Pay the price. So, obvious negative outcome is unknown. I think we're gonna actually roll for this.
I mean, even if I use my momentum, it would only be a weak hit.
Yeah. So you'd be losing all your momentum and a supply.
If you say
Which is
the
not,
M word, I'm going to be very unhappy.
Yeah, it's
No.
not. Yeah. All right, I'm just gonna roll D100 here. All right, 69.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Okay, 69 is something is
That should be like a
stressful.
critical reversal. Like, never mind, we're good. Strong hit.
Never
just
mind,
too
you don't have
nice.
to do anything. Something stressful. Let's see here. What would be sort of disheartening in some way, and also what is... And this needs to actually change the situation a little bit. This can't just be, okay, you lose some points and then we move on. It's got to be something actually has changed about where we are, what we're doing, where we're going, or something. So I'd like to just roll a prompt here to get a little bit of... Ooh, my destroyed bond.
Oh.
I mean, you don't have a lot of
Sword-
bonds.
Swordmoor is burned down.
I mean, that seems unlikely since a caravan literally is just leaving.
They could have been who did it.
Oh no!
Oh, are these bandits disguised as a caravan?
Swordmoor has learned of our not really betrayal, but maybe, not living up to our expectation to Whitebridge.
Oh no! I think something different here. This is not a bond that was destroyed. This is a bond that was destroyed in some way. Okay, you guys are getting closer and closer to getting back to the old grounds you've been running in. You're getting closer to Greatfield. And so in Swordmoor, it is not out of the question for some faces from your past to appear.
Oh.
But we're gonna let that just kind of I'm just gonna let that kind of just sit there for a bit. We're not gonna explore it just yet.
I mean, we were gonna have to answer for our mysterious disappearance eventually.
That's true.
So y'all guys better start brainstorming how we're going to explain. We were getting our butts kicked, so Glane teleport us into the Nether Realm.
I mean, I don't know if that's something he wants publicized or not.
How are we gonna explain that?
We
You
got
could just say that we
very
blacked
lost.
out in combat, and someone saved us. No, we don't know who will.
Yeah, they don't know how far south you were.
Yeah, we were severely injured and we got washed downstream and pulled out, and
Yeah.
somebody's been taking care of us, and we've been on our way back to help and find out what happened.
Go team.
We were on fire and jumped in the river and got washed away.
My brother doesn't show up here.
It's been following you the whole time.
He was described as a hermit.
For someone who seems so disinterested in us, I don't think he would follow us anyway.
That's true.
He was specifically described as a hermit, so it seems unlikely.
Yeah.
Well, then I hope it's not the fella that Day kicked in the nether regions.
The Nether Realm? Oh, the regions, okay.
Ah, yes. Either way.
Pansy kid. But that was from further south. That was a long time
Yeah,
ago.
way back. The important thing is
That was
we
back
are...
in Turtle's hometown.
Yeah, we have made it to Swordmoor.
I don't
Yay.
think the jilted quarter has chased us this far.
Okay, well, good.
Yeah. But hey, you've arrived, and guess what? You're at maximum tracks on pretty much everything. You can sojourn to top off momentum if you'd like. Oh, and I gotta increment your counter towards your journey to the Northwood, which is now at 4 of 10.
I think we probably just sleep here and keep moving as fast as we can
Okay.
without talking to too many people.
Trying not to stir the pot around here.
That's not terribly exciting.
Sure, something exciting will happen despite our best efforts,
That's,
but
I mean,
you know,
definitely.
we should play our cards conservatively.
Yeah, you're still
We
trying to
are
get back to Greatfield.
Months off track.
You never satisfied that vow.
Yes, but it is a place that its name is Swordmoor, as though it's good with battle, which means there's a chance that there's someone here who knows how to take care of the molsk. They seem battle ready with such a name.
Okay, so
I would
plan-
like to. Yeah, I would like to go ahead and rest as you wish, but I would also like to find maybe someone that someone versed in battle that would maybe know how to take care of this molsk, or have what I need. I already know what it is. I just need to have what they need. What I need.
Right.
So Targan's gonna go scout around and do some shopping. Serene will go buy herself a glass of wine and keep her ears open. She has some inklings that, like, she's concerned that Greatfield, and she knows based on her notes that they're getting close. So, like, the first day we get into town, she's gonna go settle into the tavern and order a meal and a drink and pore over her notes and figure out, how far away they might be.
Right.
And maybe just kind of... She's also going to make a point of keeping her hood up a little bit over her ears.
Mm-hmm. Fair enough.
She doesn't want to... For once, she doesn't feel like drawing attention to herself.
Yeah. That sounds good.
So she's going to do some studying and try and figure out where we are and just kind of try and get her bearings on what to expect. She's concerned.
Right. Trying to keep an ear out, expecting problems.
Yeah.
And what is Glane doing here in Swordmoor?
It's been a while, but I think I might have a friend or two in this town that I want to check in with from a group that I used to run with before I ran with Torgan and Serene.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So I wanted to check in and let them know what's going on with the cat, what I've been trying to do,
Oh, yeah.
and see if they had any news for me from since we've been around each other.
Okay, yeah. Let's see here. Let's see. Now this old crew of yours. Possibly would have had a bond with previously. So I think what we want to do. Oh, let's see. Now Glaine's a sneaky type, you know. So
Sneaky types do tend to run together.
Yeah. So
But they very rarely trust each other.
It's true. That's true. So actually, you know what? I think what we want is Glaine is going to make a test your bond move here. All is not well between Glaine and his mysterious contacts here in Swordmoor. So Glaine, I need you to roll heart,
Oh,
which
God,
is
that's
a
my worst.
Ooh.
1.
Do I get to know the consequences of what I'm rolling, or just roll
Nope. Iron roll 1 and cross your fingers. We'll let the dice. Oh,
Ah!
barely. And a match. Okay. Well, you get 2 momentum for that. Ooh. Okay. This test has strengthened your bond. I'm going to keep this on the down low. Serene and Torgan don't know what's going on with this. And so we'll decide this elseways.
Feel free to message me, because I have you.
I will. You will have. And there's always Discord if you ever learn to use it.
Yeah.
There's Glaine goes off and goes and he's sneaky somewhere, and he goes and sneaks around and meets other sneaky people that he used to sneak with. And Torgan and Serene just don't know about it.
So many snails.
It sounds so like him.
It does, doesn't it? Everything okay, Turtle?
Your face, sir. I can't.
That's what we do when Germdove can't hear.
Clip it.
Clip it.
No. There's much better things to clip, I assume.
Put it on TikTok. He's the answer to every question is. Oh my.
All right. So based on what Serene was wanting.
Oof.
Oh, what a great fall down a pit that was. So I think you guys are just gonna try and move on out of here. Just ASAP.
Probably.
Does what I did impede my ability to check in on this town? This is a new place. I could see if anyone here.
Oh
has
yeah,
the know-how
you're still interested
to
in.
make my
Well,
daggers.
here's the thing: that kind of project will take several days at least, and
And we're heading out.
Serene is wanting
Okay.
to move along quickly. Serene's got a bad feeling about this.
There's no way that I could become, or any of us could become proficient in such a thing. Where, depending on how long we've been traveling, we've made it
Let's
ourselves.
see here. There might be an asset of some sort for that, maybe, but it would be a weird one, I think.
That might have to be something that I get more experience, get a new ability that
Yeah.
leans into that.
It's not the typical kind of thing that an Iron Sworn would be doing. Like, it's an adventurer's life, and you may have a few light skill crafting abilities, but the sort of thing that takes the sort of dedication and time, that might
delicate tools and controlled setting, and
that might be a little less an Iron Sworn's life.
Okay, just checking. Every time we set up for camp, I could just chip away at it if that's something I could do.
That's true.
No, you're looking for a master craftsman.
Yeah. Where are we gonna find one of those?
I'm more like Bob the Builder.
Yeah.
When we get to Imladris.
Oh. Was that a name drop?
Lord of the Rings reference?
Oh, I get it now. Context. All right. All right. Let's get. I guess we're ready to move on towards Greatfield. So we need to undertake a journey.
This didn't go so well last time, guys.
It didn't, but hey, for the most part, you guys are doing very well this session. Lots of strong hits. Speaking
Like that one?
that one.
With a match?
With a match. All right, so first off, marking progress on the journey towards the North Woods. Secondly, determining what the place is. A dense trail. Gotcha, rolled a matcha. Let's see, dense trail. You guys are definitely getting close to Woodbreak here. Now, the path that you were on previously from where you were fighting the Molsk was north of Greatfield. So you guys are going to be hitting Greatfield from the opposite side, which is probably for the best, honestly. So let's see. What does this mean? What does the match get us here? Let's get a action.
Oh, I have an idea.
Okay. What's your idea?
Maybe that kid from here who was in charge of feeding or taking care of the horses. Maybe he has the horses out in the pasture and is the one who finds us on our approach.
Oh, and then we get to Greatfield next, or maybe we just fast forward to Greatfield without a roll, since we're close enough. That does fit what the Oracle has told us here.
Especially if he's got his horses with him, so quick run.
Yeah.
If we get to ride him.
Yeah,
we get to return on horseback.
Oh.
And since we have a prior relationship with this particular child, maybe we'll get some information about how to approach this situation.
Ah, yes. Figuring out. Okay. So this is the stable boy, that Glaine sort of befriended to some degree, back in Greatfield.
And threw at one point.
And he did throw him. Yes, that happened, unfortunately. I'm sure it made sense at the time.
Was it really throwing? He shoved him behind a tree so he didn't get eaten by was it a troll?
It might have been a
So
troll or something.
He
I
just
feel like-
enjoyed it a little too much, is the issue.
Yeah, perhaps. But I'm sure the kid felt safer behind the tree.
Or something.
I would like to share a comedic moment with the boy.
Oh no.
Are we riding back? Is that what we're doing?
I think,
Like we're riding back and down together?
Yeah.
As we're riding back, he... hang on.
All right.
I'm gonna have questions like, how did the battle with the moles go? Is everybody okay? Do
these
they
are
know
good.
what happened? Like, I think we're going with the we got washed down the river story. Because I don't know what else to go with that would be plausible for why we're approaching from the south.
Yeah, washed
Can we
away, turned around.
Can we just pretend that we didn't disappear? No one technically saw it, and we can just say we've been hunting this whole time and just hadn't
And it just
found it.
slipped my mind that we were supposed to be scouting ahead for you that day.
No, I don't think that would fly. It's like we're going to find out that they fought it. We found that out already in the last town because Serene's really good at listening to stories. So we already knew that there was a battle with the Molsk between the people of Greatfield and the critter. So, and they would have been able to tell that that it had encountered us.
Oh yeah.
So they don't know what happened to us. And we need to have a good answer for that.
They may not even know that the eggs have been scrambled.
I'm back.
Okay.
Or washed.
Even worse.
They were boiled, as I recall.
So I was having that little moment before I left.
Yes. Yeah, we were discussing like what, how to explain your absence to the people of Greatfield.
Yeah, as we're heading back, he kind of flashes the necklace that I gave him, the one made of the wolf teeth. And I just kind of open my cloak and show him the two fangs. And just kind of nod at him.
The dreaded dentist that you are.
I think he's impressed, but also maybe terrified.
Blaine was a dentist in another life. That explains everything.
Aha.
Your teeth are next, kid.
So brush them good, or else.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Suddenly role model.
No, if you were to wear human teeth, I think you might, that might be poorly received.
Maybe. But
wolf teeth is one thing, but...
Yeah. So you guys are going to get back into Greatfield, and presumably just kind of hand wave it as, we got attacked, we fought, we fled, got swept down the river. One thing leads to another, but now we're back weeks later. We were heavily injured, but now we're recovered. After a long rest, we have returned to see things righted.
We definitely never had intentions of just running away and never coming back. Definitely not.
Got back as soon as we could.
I mean, that's technically true.
Geographically. We didn't go anywhere else after we got out.
I mean, we have spent the whole time on our way back here. Technically.
We're starting to sound like not heroes, exactly.
Well, we're heroes, but we can't really explain to them that we can teleport through the ghost realm, so... we need to, keep that one in our pockets. So we have to Batman it up a little bit.
Yeah.
Secret identity, etc., etc.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not often that you hear Batmaning as a verb.
I
Very
Batman,
nice.
you Batman, he, she,
You
we,
are welcome.
Batman. All right. So you guys arrive in Greatfield. So the Molsk, you now get the full story. The Molsk escaped the hunting party, and no one knows where it was able to flee off to. Reports are estimating that it's still somewhere in the forest. But, with the eggs destroyed, maybe it's not as big a threat as it was. Katja was worried about the whole clutch hatching, growing up, and wreaking havoc. A single molsk can still do some damage, but not nearly as much as the full family. So the question is, are you guys treated with, thanks or a little bit of
Like, how happy are they to see us?
yeah, what's the general
Did they
disposition
think we
here?
were? Did they think we were dead?
Oh, you
Like,
know
no,
what?
we're not dead.
You do
but-
have a bond with Greatfield.
That was my question: was did we bond with them?
Yes.
They were one of the yes buts.
Yes, exactly. So I think we're gonna roll test your bond and determine what exactly happened there. Are they just happy to see you, know that you're alive, or do they feel like you abandoned them in their time of need? This is a heart roll.
Probably have to be me.
Probably Torgan. Or make
Yeah,
Serene do it and burn the momentum if necessary.
But I have a 1, Glane has a 1. I could maybe figure out a way to shoehorn my storytelling ability and
That's
to give us
pushing
an edge. Well, I mean, we do need to tell them, I could give them a great story about how exactly our battle went down.
It's true.
And just kind of glaze over the end a little bit.
I rolled a 1.
And that might...
Do we want to admit that we couldn't beat a snail, but we did beat a dragon, asterisk?
We're not going to tell them about the dragon.
Okay.
Unless somebody asks. You promised we wouldn't talk about it.
I'm flashing teeth around here, so...
Yeah.
You only showed it to the kid.
All right. So what's the
I don't know.
decision here? Either Serene's gonna roll it and we're gonna fall back on momentum, or Torgan's gonna roll it and just have a better roll.
I mean, I do have a 7.
Yeah, if the roll goes really bad.
7 as a-
The thing the thing I'm thinking is I could perhaps attempt to do something that would secure him an advantage, but I feel like in order, logic-wise for that to work, it would have to almost happen after the fact, and that doesn't work that way.
Right.
No, I don't... I can support him, and, we can say that I am assisting him in telling the story, but, I don't think I can contribute to the actual role itself.
Right.
In any mechanical way. He does have some interesting, unique scars that will prove that we fought a molsk, because actually
true.
I think all of us ended up with acid burn scars.
Exciting new wounds.
Those kind of scars don't go away, so
Both-
and they're
both
very
physical
distinct.
and emotional.
Yeah.
That's true.
Acid burn scars are very unique looking, so we can prove that we fought it.
Yeah.
And I mean, they know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, that gives me a lot of hope for them having what we need to stop the molsk, because they are familiar with molsk,
Right.
and
Maybe they've already put effort into acquiring it.
yes, I'm hopeful.
Yeah.
Alright, I guess it's time to roll.
All right.
Morgan?
You want me to roll? All
Do
right.
it. Iron roll 3. Come on. Oh, weak hit. And momentum's not going to fix that.
Okay, but hey, this isn't bad. This makes a lot of sense. It just
It
says
does.
fragile, and you have to prove yourself.
And what could you do to prove yourself, do you think?
Well, obviously, we're gonna have to go finish the task we started.
We're going to have to go back into the forest and finish what we started and destroy the molsk. It's still out there, sneaking about.
So to be safe to say, they're happy to know we're still alive, but they still need us.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just a shame because I had a great consequence for a miss lined up.
I'll bet you did.
I did. So, the relationship between the three of you and Greatfield is tense. They are happy that you are alive, but they suffered wounds of their own during their assault on the Molsk, and so they are not asking. They expect for you to see your promise through, because you swore a vow to them that you would protect their settlement from this vicious threat. And so I think that's what's going to happen, is the three of you are going to have to travel back to the forest to the north and take on the Molsk yet again.
I mean, it's basically on the way. So, and I mean, this was expected.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're like, we can be like, we are pissed that we got our butts kicked, and we're going to make this right, and we're going to avenge the wounded, and, we're
gonna stick to the plan this time and not go off the morning way before you're supposed to.
Well, scouting ahead sounded like a good idea at the time.
I feel like that was
Quote,
more
unquote.
of an excuse, but
it was the cover story, but they don't need to know that.
They don't need to know. Well, are we gonna go for it?
I feel like we have. I want to ask about Molsk be gone.
Yes. Now I think
on our way back, we heard about this stuff. Do you know? Like, we need some in order to we have a plan. We came back with a plan.
Yes. So if memory serves, I think it was somewhere in Greatfield that Serene had met with an old herbalist woman.
That was in Woodbreak. She was in Woodbreak.
Well, then there's a different one. I think let's try to secure an advantage.
It's possible she could be visiting Woodbreak.
Yeah.
Or she could be visiting from Woodbreak. They sent for her because they needed her wisdom as the regional learned person. So it's perfectly possible that she's here.
Yeah. Oh, you know what this is?
We can massage that.
This might be Torgen's Slayer ability. Well, it's really while you're... well, maybe. Asset Slayer. When you secure an advantage by readying yourself for a fight against a beast or horror, you can add +1 to the secure an advantage and take +1 momentum on a hit.
I would very much like to do that.
Okay. Oops, secures. So let's see. You are acting with... this is insight and expertise. So this is wits. But because of your Slayer ability...
It's not aggressive action and forceful defense or preparing for that?
It's preparing for that, but the actual securing an advantage is with insight and expertise. Fair. So this will be a +3 for Torgen, +2 for wits, and an extra +1 for his Slayer ability.
Here we go. This is important. Come on.
Do they have what you need? Oh no, they do.
No! No!
There's
and
no way to
nothing I
recover
can
from that.
do.
No.
Oh.
They're like, yeah, we've heard about that plan. We have no idea where to get that stuff or if it's even real or just a fairy tale.
This has been
Yeah,
a
they've
waste.
tried. They've tried. They knew about this sort of a particularly potent substance against mollusks that the mollusk would retreat from in some situations. But their attempts to create it have failed. Perhaps they just have not been able to locate one of the key ingredients, or perhaps the batch was ruined when they attempted it, or perhaps even worse, they brought it along that fateful day weeks ago, and it did not work.
One roll may have just cost us the whole thing.
I mean, if it makes it retreat, it did retreat.
That's true. But that may have been more fleeing for its life, to tend its wounds. But mollusks heal quickly.
Oh, gosh. I'm very upset.
Well, it's unfortunate,
Wait.
but
Well, that was just to secure an advantage roll, though.
the fight has not even begun.
So you just failed to get an advantage. So
Right.
that's you know.
Which immediately puts me at a disadvantage.
Yeah. Now,
Unless
here's
your
the
assumptions
trick.
betray you.
Here's the trick. I think what's going on is in that previous battle, injuries were sustained to those that went out to fight shortly after you left, and things did not go well. Injuries were sustained. So the best and the strongest fighters of Greatfield are not fit for combat right now. Which means if you guys are doing this, you're going it alone. I think that's the big disadvantage we've uncovered right here. The concoction failed, and the battle ensued at a disadvantage. It went poorly. And so now here we are, down to just these 3 brave souls who returned when all seemed lost.
Well, I have the herbalist stuff now. Is there anything I can do to alleviate the injured? Now that I have these foreign herbs that they wouldn't have had here, I picked up in our travels.
Yes, you can do some healing of. You can treat some of the wounds. It will still take some time for the injured to recover, but you can see to their wounds.
Yeah, but at least it'll buy us some goodwill, maybe.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
That's the goal.
Real world check. Here we go. Are we wanting to try this tonight?
That's a great question.
It's kind of a you question.
I think it's going to be a big fight.
Okay.
I don't know if we want to start it tonight.
I'm good either way.
I
don't have to get up early in the morning.
Yeah, I think
I am willing
we
to
just
start, but this is
spend a little time in Greatfield, just sort of mentally preparing for the fight, but not embarking until next session.
That probably makes the most sense.
I'm gonna have to spend a week worrying about this mollusk.
It's a 2-hour fight against a mollusk.
It's been worried about us too. If it makes you feel any better.
It should be, because now I'm angry too.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But no more prepared.
What we might be doing is going on a quest to find. It's not actively immediately threatening the town, so what we might actually be doing is going to find the missing ingredient.
Is that
Which
an option? Is it?
which coincidentally could be wyvern blood, and we know where to get some of that.
That's true.
Is it possible for tonight for us to possibly make a quick journey to the next town?
Here's the question: is what? Just speaking mechanically, is there anything specific you hope to gain from like a move you want to make by, getting this
Double the
molsk repellent?
damage.
No, absolutely not.
Double the damage per hit.
No, absolutely not. Like I feel like at best this is a sort of secure an advantage maneuver, preparing for a battle.
Would I be able to go through town and go to either the blacksmiths or the weapon shops or any of the places where you can buy anything and get any kind of an item, not really a weapon, but like either like stars or like sharp, like a modern day equivalent? No, like a modern day equivalent of this would be like when you're being chased by a car and you throw down those spiked beads
Caltrops.
and the tires go over it. Caltrops. Are those
D4s.
in this world? Because this thing seems to move around and grind its soft underbelly under the ground. Anytime it makes an advance on me, I could throw those down and hurt it where it
I think you could do that. The tricky part is
It slithers on a pool of acid.
This also comes back to the same problem about damage, about health. Is that?
Well, I think the trick with the molsk, based on what you've seen, is this thing has effectively one massive foot. This big, wet, leathery pseudopod thing. Which doesn't really drag across the ground so much as like do a weird wiggly motion. So it may not do as much damage as you hope, but it could be a viable strategy to for like a strike or clash against this creature, or even you could use that as a secure an advantage move in combat.
So it would more like push these out of the way instead of stepping over them.
I think it would go straight over them.
I'm just trying to think outside the bun because this thing is
I like
armored in the back. It's got a giant shell.
Yeah.
And the only thing you can really fight is the head, the eyes, and maybe its underbelly.
Maybe some specially made to be particularly large. Like it doesn't have to be sharp. It can be dull. It just has to be long.
I don't think this world has the technology for exploding caltrops.
Well, no.
We're going to drive over it.
You'd basically have, like, carrying around these massive, like, chunks of metal. But maybe it works to help you out. Let's see here. So what would... I feel like gathering that item would still feel like a little bit like securing an advantage, but maybe this is just a do they have it or do they not have, or can they or can't they? Because I don't think it's so much something that Glane has, Glane's personal attributes help determine the success of whether or not they can make that. A bit of a rush job, but I think they could do it. Maybe.
They have a lot of scrap metal from all their broken weapons.
Yeah, because it doesn't even have to be. It doesn't have to be sharp. It doesn't have to be finely crafted. You're just asking for basically like 4 stakes of metal welded together in the middle.
Do you have some razor blades you're not using? Do you have anything?
I want some garbage.
I can just throw on the ground.
I'm gonna say.
Please give garbage.
Yeah, I'm gonna say 26 or better. It's likely that I can get you that.
It can be rusty.
Nice.
Yes, nice.
Why
yes.
does this keep happening?
So yeah, the local smith in Greatfield does have some small scraps that he can sort of forge together. Now, he warned you, oh, these things are going to be rough. They're not going to be able to hold together very well. But
It's actually better.
Yeah, Glane is like, no, this is perfect. This is exactly what I need. So, Glane, in combat, when you want to try these out, I think this is going to most likely be a secure and advantage roll. It's not going to directly deal damage with the success or miss of this roll for secure and advantage, but it will lead into the actual roll you make for a strike or a clash or something like that.
And how many, is this just like a one-use thing? Like I throw it and it's gone, or do I have like more than one roll out of this?
Let's see. These are pretty weighty. Let's say you bring a couple with you. They make a couple over the evening in preparation for your quest.
Maybe like 2 throws.
Yeah, and it's not something that we're really going to track. It's pretty much just like, we're going to try and remember where it is on the battlefield, that kind of thing. Like, can you get to one that was already used? Can you throw another? That kind of thing.
Okay.
And it may fall apart completely depending on the result of the roll. But we'll see. I think that's going to lead us right into the quest tomorrow. Or yeah, it'll be the next day that you guys go out and start questing again.
Join us next time for the season finale when we all die.
Wouldn't that be something?
Wouldn't it though?
We already beat a wyvern.
Yeah, but it's not the
never
molsk.
beat the molsk.
This is like revenge.
You
Beat a
said that.
wyvern.
You said that when we ran away from the molsk, it felt like the end of the prelude. So this
It
is like,
really did. Yeah, like the molsk needs to be the final villain of the entire series.
this is like graduation day for us.
Mm-hmm. All right, I think that's where we're gonna call it.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Oh, Turtle, it's happening. We're back.
I've got a week to worry about the molsk now.
Perfect. Just let that marinate.
Dobbs has a week to plan the molsk.
Got a talking sword.
Yeah, we never even dipped into that. I think maybe that will
didn't.
reveal itself during the fight with the molsk. So we'll see.
Now you're gonna get my great-grandson killed if you don't stop doing this stupid thing.
I tell you what.
That's the voice of the sword.
It's great sword voice. Well, all right. This has been
It's gonna be a snarky, grumpy old man that gives you no end of grief.
Grumpy
exactly
old sword.
the perfect magic weapon. This has been the 10th episode of DobbsQuest, and it's been quite a journey. So tune in next week for episode 11, when hopefully we finally defeat this molsk.
And
That
don't
red-
party wipe.
Let us on a big loop around the world. Yeah, surely no one will
Literally
die this time.
to hell and back.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy, but we'll see what happens. Any parting words?
No sleep till molsk.
No sleep till
Perfect.
molsk.
All right. That's it then. Good night, chat.